The Nintendo Switch eShop is having another sale, and there are 39 games on this list that are worth picking up from all of these collective sales. So I'm gonna break down each of them, tell you how much they're going for, how much you have off, and give you everything you need to know about these particular games, as well as when the sale date ends for each of these particular sales. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe because these videos take a ton of time to put together, but let's get into it. So first, we have the Capcom sale. This one literally just started last night, and it is going to run until September 30th. So, first game on the list, we have Street Fighter 6 for the Nintendo Switch 2. This is a crazy sale, considering that this game just released on the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's getting a pretty significant discount, coming in at $20, 50% off. If you were waiting to pick this game up, now is an excellent time to do so. That is quite a deal for a game that is relatively new on the Nintendo Switch 2 hardware, so that's pretty nice. Next up, we have Monster Hunter Stories Collection. This is pretty exciting for those that are interested in getting into the Monster Hunter Stories series, knowing that we have Monster Hunter Stories 3 on the way. This series is really fantastic. I really enjoy it. $30 for 50% off. Next up, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. This is a group of games featuring a lot of Marvel and as well as Capcom fighting games. $30, 40% off. If you're looking to get a handful of games for a relatively decent price, this is a solid collection to pick up. Now, next we have Resident Evil, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, and Resident Evil 6. These are all on sale. All of them are running fantastically on the Nintendo Switch 2. I've tested them all personally, and they are all going for $10 and 50% off. Pretty nice little bundle of games there, considering the fact that spooky season is practically upon us, and it's a good time to go back and play some Resident Evil games. I know I personally have been playing some spookier games, getting in the season, you know, enjoying myself, so I'd recommend those. Those are all available right now. Then there's Resident Evil Revelations and Resident Evil Revelations 2, and these are both also on sale, going for $8 at 60% off. Again, if you're looking for some spooky games to play this season, the Resident Evil games are fantastic on the Nintendo Switch 2 hardware. There are also the cloud games, and I personally am not a big fan of the cloud games. Those are available for Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8, and I believe Resident Evil 2 Remake are also on sale. However, we do know that Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 are coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 natively, so I'm waiting to pick those up. I'm waiting to grab those for the Nintendo Switch 2 when those drop in February along with Requiem. I'm very excited for those, so I'm holding off on those. I'll pay full price. I don't care. I just want to play those games natively on my Switch 2, not on the cloud. Moving on, we got more Monster Hunter games. We got Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. This is coming in at $15 at 75% off. This is my favorite Monster Hunter game to date. It is such a good time. I think the monster variation is great. The world design is great. The ability to fly around with the wire bug in this game is fantastic. Absolutely love Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. It's really, genuinely, I like it more than Wilds. I like it more than World. This is my favorite Monster Hunter game. And for 15 bucks, it's a steal for the amount of content that you have available in it. But then we have Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, which is arguably my second favorite Monster Hunter game. This game is packed to the brim with content. Tons of monsters, tons of armor, tons of stuff to do. 75% off for this game at $10 is a steal. So if you're looking for an older school Monster Hunter game, definitely check out Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. To wrap up the Capcom sale, if you're a Mega Man fan, there are a lot of Mega Man games here that you can pick up. Coming in, we have Mega Man 11 at $10, 66% off. Fantastic Mega Man game. I have this one on my Switch. I really enjoy it. Very, very good game. And at $10, there's a lot to do here in this game. I really like this Mega Man game. For that price, it's a steal. But then we have the Mega Man 0 ZX Legacy Collection coming in at $10 and 66% off. If you're a fan of the older Mega Man games like Mega Man 0 and ZX, definitely worth grabbing. But then we also have the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, Mega Man X Legacy Collection 2, and the Mega Man Legacy Collection, all of which are coming in at $8 and 60% off. I feel like literally every time I do one of these videos, I'm talking about the Mega Man Legacy Collections. They are always on sale from Capcom, so those are worth picking up. Again, that sale ends on September 30th, so you only have a limited time to grab these. Moving on, we have a Square Enix sale as well. These are also available for you. This is running until October 3rd, so you have until next Friday to pick these games up. and there are a handful of good ones. Again, there are some cloud games. We'll talk about those just very briefly. Hopefully those games come to Nintendo Switch 2 natively here in the future, but let's get into it. First up, we have Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion Digital Deluxe Edition. This game I've heard runs fantastically on the Nintendo Switch, and I can imagine it's running even better on the Nintendo Switch 2. Square Enix is pretty good at bringing ports over to the Nintendo Switch and having them run pretty well. So this one coming in at $28, 60% off. Then you have Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake coming in at $39, 35% off. I am a big fan of the HD 2D graphic style. I think it's a really awesome art style that a lot of these games are taking now, especially Square Enix, and I can't get enough of it. That's very nice for that price point. Very good. You have Dragon Quest Monsters, the Dark Prince Digital Deluxe Edition is also coming in at $36, 40% off. A lot of Dragon Quest and a lot of Final Fantasy here. If you're a fan of JRPGs, you're going to be eating good with this sale. Dragon Quest XIS Definitive Edition coming in at $20. That's a pretty good deal right there for the latest Dragon Quest game. Coming in at $20, 50% off. That's pretty solid for the Definitive Edition. Really, really nice. That one does also feature a retro style option as far as the graphics are concerned. So that one could be worth picking up if you haven't yet to play that. That's a really good deal. We have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. That one's coming in at $12, 60% off. Again, like I said, a lot of Final Fantasy, a lot of Dragon Quest here. We got Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster 1 through 6 bundle. That is coming in at $48, 74%, and 25% off. You have Final Fantasy 9. That one's coming in at $8.39 for that one, and 60% off. And then you have Final Fantasy 7, $6.39 and 60% off. But Final Fantasy VII is getting the remake ported over to the Nintendo Switch 2, and I will be playing that on the Nintendo Switch 2. Not interested in playing the original personally. I never played it, and I don't really have an interest in going back and playing it. I know the remake is different. Before anyone leaves that comment, I know the remake's different, but that is okay. I want to play the newer version. That's just the way I am. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster. That one's coming in at $20, 60% off. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD is coming in at $12, 60% off. There is Harvestella. This is like that cozy life sims kind of Square Enix game, $24 and 60% off. And now we're going to get into one of the cloud games. That is Kingdom Hearts, and this is the wordy name, the Integrum Masterpiece. All of the Kingdom Hearts are on sale, but all the Kingdom Hearts game are cloud games on the Nintendo Switch, so that's just something to note. All of them are cloud games, doesn't matter which bundle you get, minus the Melody game that we'll talk about a little bit later, but all of them are the cloud versions. However, the one that we're talking about in particular, the Integrum Masterpiece, contains all of the games, so that's coming in at $36, 60% off. If you've never played Kingdom Hearts and this is your only way to play Kingdom Hearts, I would recommend doing that. We do not have any confirmation of a Switch 2 native port of Kingdom Hearts coming to the console. I would love to see that someday, but if this is your only way to play Kingdom Hearts, it's a fantastic series and I do recommend you try it out. Then there's also Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. This is the rhythm game that they released, and this is coming in at $24, 60% off. This one is not a cloud game. It is fully on the cartridge, so if you wanted to pick that up physically, it is available as well, but for this sale, this one is not a cloud game. Nier Automata, the End of Yora edition, is available on sale, $16 at 60% off. This game runs fantastically on the Nintendo Switch as well as the Nintendo Switch 2. I do not believe you'll be able to purchase it on the Nintendo Switch 2 eShop on your console. I think they did pull it because there were some bugs in the end game of this particular game, but it is available if you picked it up on the Nintendo Switch eShop and then you downloaded the virtual game card onto your Nintendo Switch 2. You would be able to play the game that way. So just something to know. I tested this on Switch 2. It runs great. Really enjoy it. Octopath Traveler. This one's coming in at $24, 60% off, as well as Octopath Traveler 2 coming in also at $24, 60% off. Both those games, very, very solid. Again, that beautiful HD 2D graphic style. Just can't get enough of the HD 2D. I really, really like it. Finally, there is Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven. This is $30 at 40% off for the Switch 1 version. However, it is worth noting there is a $10 upgrade path for the Switch 2 version. So if you wanted to pick this game up, it would be $40 total to get the Switch 2 version, but you are able to get this on sale right now, and this one looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of Fire Emblem in the style that it has, so I was kind of interested in picking this one up. I think I'm gonna put it off. There are literally so many games coming out right now that it's very difficult for me to justify buying any of these older games when all these new games are dropping, but this one is definitely one that caught my attention. Finally, we have a Bandai Namco sale, and there are only a handful handful of games, and this is mainly like anime fighting games that you're going to be seeing out of this sale. This sale does end on October 6th. And first up, we have Patapon 1+2 Replay. This is 20% off for $24. You're able to get your hands on this one. However, you know, like I said, this is mainly going to go into the anime fighting game. So looking at the first, we have, this is a mouthful, Dragonball Kakarot plus new Power Awakened set Daima Edition. This is $40 for the full Dragon Ball Kakarot experience. Contains the DLC, contains the Daima Edition stuff, 20% off, and all of the respective DLC for these games that I'm about to list, as far as the Dragon Ball games and the Naruto games, all of the DLC is also on sale. So if you already have these games, you can get the DLC. But for that price point, for all the content, I've heard great things about the game. I've heard it's running much better on the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. Definitely worth checking that out. Then we have Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, and the Ultimate Edition is also on sale. The base version is $24 at 60% off, and the Ultimate Edition is $38 at 60% off. This game, it's cool. I like all the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. I think they're really fun fighting games. As a fan of Naruto, I really enjoy these particular games, so definitely worth checking out if you're also a fan of Naruto and like fighting games. Dragonball Xenoverse 2 Deluxe Edition is on sale. This one is $14.79, 63% off. Another Dragon Ball game. Again, the DLC for this game is available on sale as well. And the same goes for the final game on this list, which is Dragon Ball Fighterz Edition, coming in at $14.39, 84% off. This game, once again, it's more of the arcadey Dragon Ball fighting game, more like Street Fighter side-to-side action versus the 3D that you get in like Xenoverse 2. But it's still a really good game. I played it on PlayStation 4, really enjoy this game, and at that price point, it's really solid, contains a lot of the DLC content. Again, all the DLC content is available for this game on sale as well right now, so if you already have it, you can pick up the DLC for this game. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below any of these games that you are interested in picking up. There's a lot of good games here, and a lot that I honestly haven't played. There's too many Final Fantasy games here that I literally haven't touched. I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy guy or Dragon Quest guy for that matter. I've played a handful of each of those franchises, but I haven't dove into all of them. So there's a lot of games here that I would be interested in if there literally weren't 1,000 other games coming out that I wanted to check out on the Nintendo Switch 2 right now. Good sales, though. Good sales for a lot of games that I am a fan of, like Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I do highly recommend you check that one out, or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Very, very good games. Very fun stuff. I would recommend either of those games if you're into the Monster Hunter series. But like I said, that is going to be it for this video, guys. If you are interested in supporting the channel in any additional ways, be sure to check out the member service. It's not a required thing. It can just get you additional content and bonuses. If that's something you want to do, again, not required, I just like to bring it up. Then also you can check out Advance if you're looking to get an energy drink or any sort of hydration or protein. Advance is the energy drink partner for the channel. I do recommend 18+ for any energy drink purchases, but you can use code Kneeckoh for 10% off your purchases. I really enjoy the watermelon lime flavor, and the cherry apple hydration is also very good. I did not get the opportunity to try out any of the tea flavors for the hydration, which I'm keen to try because those, I'm a big fan of tea and I think those would be delicious, but they were sold out when I went to pick up some new stuff, so I was unable to grab that, but that's available. Also, check out the Discord where people over there hanging out, talking Switch 2 stuff all the time. But like I said, that is it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed the video. It helps me out, helps the video out, helps the channel out immensely if you do so. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.